What is going on? Welcome back to another episode 5 of Question Everything. Got myself and Merrick Masters with my co-host Hunter. Say what's up,
Yep.
Hunter.
What's up?
So today we are going to cover a few topics. First and foremost, one of the most important debates or things that we should discuss is going to be the Bay Area general manager. Out of all the 4 major sports, which individual is on the hot seat? Like, win now or you're gone. So we're definitely talking about the Warriors with Mike Dunleavy, John Lynch with the 49ers, Zaidi with the Giants, and last Mike Greer with the Sharks. So with this, what's your thoughts, Hunter?
Well, for me, if I had to pick out of all the out of the 4 teams, to me, John Lynch is in the hot seat. He needs to win because they've gotten so close so many times, and they're just within fingertips away. And as far as like the Giants go, I don't think that the pressure is that high considering the talent that the Giants have. Mm-hmm. It's not like they have a huge big name. If they were able to somehow make the Shohei or the Aaron Judge trade happen, then I think that would be a little bit higher. Mm-hmm. And as far as the Shark goes, the Sharks haven't been the team that they had potential to be in the last couple seasons. So I don't know necessarily if people have any more expectations.
Right.
But I'll put it out there. I'm not a big hockey person, so I know there's a lot of Sharks fans out there. But for me personally, I don't know if their GM is on the hot seat. As far as the Warriors go, the way I feel about it, it's more like they're more trying to see if the pressure on Dunleavy is more trying to get Steph one more championship,
right?
At least one more run. Because the Warriors have been consistent. They've already won several championships lately. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think. What about you?
Yeah, no, to start it off, I definitely agree to some extent to all your points. The one thing is, when it comes to Mike Dunleavy and the Golden State Warriors, as you can see, they were 4th place in the Pacific Division, something that Warrior fans are not used to. I grew up, born and raised as a Warriors fan through all the horrible years. So seeing them in 4th place in the Pacific is really weird. But that record, 46-36, not too bad. Now, for Mike Dunleavy, I believe that he is going to be at least, I rank him 3rd. And that's a tough one, though, because it's between Zaidi and Dunleavy for 2nd place. Now I'll get to my 1st place, but right now with the Warriors, I have to say, you know what? I'm gonna have to go off on a limb real quick. I'm gonna say the Warriors, Mike Dunleavy, he's 2nd out of 4 places. He's the 2nd most important, I guess, where he has to produce. As you mentioned, Steph Curry is toward the tail end of his career, so we definitely want to let him walk out on the sunset with another championship. I believe that, this roster is almost there. But when it comes to number 1, I would have to say the Niners. We are in a win it now, 12-5, 1st in the NFC West, Super Bowl appearance. The window is closing. So this is now or never. We have Kittle that's potentially going to be coming off the books soon. Trent Williams may retire. What we're going to do with the receivers, either Ayuk or Debo, is up in the air right now. So this is a must-win for John Lynch, and I believe he's number 1. Number 2, again, is going to be, in my book, Mike Dunleavy. You got to put a squad together where we could challenge and get back to the finals. Again, with someone with the talent of Steph Curry, we're always in it. We're always going to be in it. He's a generational talent, one of a kind, future Hall of Famer. So I truly believe they could get back into it. Now, 3rd place, I would have to say it's going to be Zaidi. And that's a tough one again, because Giant fans, we've been like wanting them to be like relevant for a while, and they've been losing a lot. Under his tutelage. Like he was really like not willing to spend to get big name players this season. I really like what he did. So it's hopeful. Right now, they're currently 14 and 16, second place in the NL West. So it's the season just started. They're finding the groove. It's a new team put together. The one thing I have to say though is with the pitcher Blake Snell. Right now, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with his outcome, what he's bringing to the table. I believe that he should have brought more. And with my fourth pick, it would have to be the Sharks. Sharks are in a rebuild. They've been in a rebuild for a while. And plenty of Shark fans been waiting for the Sharks to be like really prominent. And the last time we went into the finals, I believe, was 2019 to the Stanley Cup Finals. So I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it was. So now that team is no longer there, so it's going to be like complete rebuild. So Mike Greer, I think he has a little bit more time. So,
well, I mean, to the point where I don't think like I disagree with your opinion with number 2. I think it is Zahi. Third would be like like I said, Dunleavy. Like the reason why is because the last couple years, fans have already enjoyed and felt what it's like to have a championship run.
Right.
So that thirst has been quenched, so to speak. So now it's more like trying to give Steph more like one good, like sunset. So the one last ride in the sunset.
Okay.
That's why I don't think he's that big of a hot seat. And like I said, John Lynch is the number 1 because time's running out. He's losing a lot of key players, and on top of the cap, time's not on his side.
Okay. So we can agree, though, number 1 is John Lynch in the Niners.
Exactly.
We agree? Okay.
He has to be number 1 because this season, it's do or die.
Right.
There's no ifs and buts about it.
Right.
There's no, second place or nothing. It has to be winner or nothing.
Right.
So otherwise, all the time, money we spent to acquire all these talents was just a waste.
Okay. So at number 2, you mentioned was Zaidi?
Zaidi, yeah. Because the reason why, I mean, it was a hard between the Warriors and stuff like that.
It is, man.
I mean, it's hard. It's tough.
It's
because
tough.
The only reason I had to push Dunleavy a little bit further down is because the Warriors already tasted championship gold.
True.
The Giants haven't tasted gold in a long time either. They're almost in the same dry spell, sort of, close to the Niners. But the last time they were prominent was when Bumgarner and Posey was around. So, with the talent they have now, they're doing good, considering they're not really big name players. I would say, but that's why I put him in. It's kind of a coin toss for me.
Okay, and just to recap real quick, number 3 for you is the Warriors. Number 4 is the Sharks.
Yes.
Okay, so before we move on, do you want to let our viewers know who your NHL team is?
That for a disclaimer, the reason why I don't pay attention to the Sharks is I love the Penguins. And you're like, how the hell can you love the Penguins?
How can you love the Penguins? Get out of here. I love the
Penguins since the days of Mario Lemieux and Yager. Those 2 guys were the best. So that's why I picked them. Okay. Sorry, guys. What can I say?
Is there any other team that you like?
I mean, here's another disclaimer. Right? And I know it's going to piss off a bunch of people.
Here we go, people.
My number 1 basketball team before I jumped into the Warriors was actually the Boston Celtics.
Boston Celtics.
I love the Celtics because that was the time that was the first team my dad introduced me to basketball.
Right on.
And that was from the days of Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, and all those guys. And I've always been a fan of them. And I always thought highly of them. But as years grew older, I'm not saying like I dumped my team, but my heart is on 2 teams.
Okay, that's fair, man. Yeah. So can I add something though, like
sure.
regarding Boston? F Boston. Let's go, Warriors. Yeah.
Jealousy is an ugly thing, but that's cool. It's cool.
I'm just saying, man. Come on, dude.
Yeah,
Blue and gold
cool.
all day. Let's go. All right. So this is our first topic, and we definitely want to get your guys' feedback. What are your thoughts? How would you rank the GMs? Again, Dunleavy with the Warriors, Lynch with the Niners, Zaidi with the Giants, and last but not least, Mike Greer with the Sharks. How would you rank them from 1 to 4, being in the most under pressure on the hot seat? Leave a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are, and then we'll definitely discuss in a future episode. So we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about some Warrior rumors. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of pivot to the first one, which is going to be KD to the Warriors. Now, everyone, you got to understand, KD to the Warriors is never going to go away. It kind of left on, I think, sour terms, at least for me. Everyone loves him, like in management in the Warriors, and I would like to see him come back. He ventured out, went on his own to the Nets. That experiment didn't work with Kyrie Irving and James Harden, so they blew up that team. Then he goes over to Phoenix with Booker. Then they bring in Bradley Beal. That experiment didn't really work. The only time that he really truly had success was either with OKC, with the backcourt of Harden and Westbrook, or with the Warriors. And with the Warriors, he won a championship. You know what I mean? So it's like, would you guys be open to having KD come back to the Warriors? What do you think about this, Hunter?
I mean, personally, there's two reasons why I don't think it's going to happen. Excuse me. Number one is me personally, as a Warriors fan, I don't want him back. Because how it ended, it's almost like, hey, you break up with your ex. You want to bring back your ex, considering it not end up in a good term. We gave him, you gave the guy love, you gave him everything, right? Just like you actually would give him your love, you give him everything, and then they just, boom, take off and leave. And now, oh, I can't find anything good. Take me back, please. F you.
Well,
that's just me, right? That's my personal feeling. So.
Okay. I mean, I disagree, though, because I think that for him to venture out and realize that, he needs a team around him. Yes, he probably wanted to leave because he wanted to be the man for the Warriors, but that's not going to happen, with Curry. You know what I mean? So I'm open to it. Like they're both old. They're at the tail end of their careers. It'll be good to see the vets come through and beat all these youngsters. We got Minnesota that's young, OKC that's young. There's a bunch of teams that are coming up that were not relevant in the past. Now they're coming up because draft picks started working out. They started building a foundation. Now the Warriors are kind of like fading away, according to people. To me, I don't think so. I think the Warriors still got hella gas in the tank, and we're going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. That's how I feel.
Well, to follow up on the other thing that I was going to mention, the reason why this might not happen is because of Kevin Durant himself, because he left because of ego, right? I mean, most of us would agree that's the reason why, because he wanted to be the star. He wanted to be the man, right? So that's why he left to the Nets. And they built so much talent around him. Nothing happened, right? Same thing when he was back in OKC. He had a lot of talent. Nothing happened. Right now, he's with the Suns. Built a ton of talent. Nothing happened, right? What do you think that people are going to talk about? From reporters, fans, everybody, they're going to rip him apart, saying, see, you were a failure on your own. There's no way you could have succeeded, without these guys. So now you're going back and crying to mommy. So that's why I don't think his pride is just too big. Even though he won't say it, right? You can tell that his pride is big. So that's the only reason why I say there's no chance he's going to come back, because his pride won't let him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So now we see the other name in the bottom of the screen, LeBron James. And there's always been rumors with LeBron coming to the Warriors forever. would you entertain this over KD coming back?
I would rather take LeBron over KD.
Really?
But yes, I would definitely take LeBron over KD because LeBron is all about winning. Okay? Even though I'm not saying Kevin Durant doesn't have the skills, the talent, or the drive, but his ego will just be too much in the way, and I think it's too much the distraction. And you got to think about what do they have to give up to get KD back. And the Warriors don't have that much draft capital. The Warriors can't give up the farm for KD because then they'll have no backup.
Right.
But at the same time, if you made me pick which two, right, I would pick LeBron. But will I think it will happen? No. Just the same reason. He'll cost too much unless he's willing to take a pay cut. But at the same time, I don't think he wants to do the narrative like, oh, he gave up. He had to go with Steph. You know?
Okay.
Because that's going to be the biggest narrative out of all of them. You know? Like, it's going to be like, can these guys be under Steph's shadow?
Right.
We already know Kevin couldn't handle it. That's why he left.
Okay.
Right? And you think the king, the self-proclaimed king, is going to be like, yeah, I'll do it. Unless he's cheap, if he's going to do it like dirt cheap.
Right.
And, you know, then maybe. Right? But at the same time, I heard that his son is coming up, might be eligible for the draft. And
he already declared.
You know, LeBron's always said, like, I want to play with my son. So, I mean, I don't know if necessarily that could happen, you know, the Warriors picking him up and his son. You know what I mean? The Lakers might because they got nothing to lose.
Right. Okay.
So that's one of the reasons. But
I mean, for me, like, I see LeBron potentially being a better fit only in terms of like ferociousness, grit, win now, hold others accountable. I see him bring that to the Warriors. Draymond will step up, possibly not have as many like technical fouls and do some bonehead stuff. We all love Draymond because if he wasn't on our team, I'll hate that guy. But I'm glad he's on our team. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing with Draymond, he's like a double-edged sword. You know, you can live with him, but you can't live without him at the same time because he's the glue that kind of holds everyone together, but he's at the same time the guy that puts the gap and rips it apart. So that's like it's weird on him. But if you ask me, they're like for this offseason, like I'd rather they go two different directions than LeBron or KD.
All right. So now we're gonna move on to the last topic, but we have a bonus question Hunter's not aware of, but we're gonna go into the next article, which is gonna be covering the NHL draft. So for the NHL draft, we do have stuff coming up next Tuesday, May 7th. And it does say on here that the NHL draft 2024 will take place May 7th. San Jose Sharks own the best odds to land the number one pick with an 18.5 chance. Now, the Sharks did fire David Quinn, their head coach, after finishing 1954-9, which is very, very bad. But the blessing in disguise is we may have the top pick, which is Macklin Celebrini out of Boston University. So this is something that we're going to cover next week. We're going to definitely go live and cover the lottery, hoping that the Sharks land the number one pick. This will be a game changer because if you guys are not aware, or if you guys are thinking about, starting to look at the Sharks, which I highly recommend, we're about 2 years out of being really, really good. We have a lot of our youth in the minor league system, essentially. They're in the AHL, they're in college, so they're drafted. We're just waiting for them. So right now they're just in the wings, getting ready to go. Once they go to the pro level, this is going to be a whole another game right here. I'm letting y'all know right now, Sharks are going to be a top team in the next like 2 to 4 years. They're going to be a top team. Yeah. Come on, get out of here, man.
I had to throw it out there. I'm sorry.
Man, as a Sharks fan, dude, I got to say, man, F Pittsburgh.
Jealousy is an ugly thing.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we are going to actually cover a little bit of a bonus here. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna have a question for Hunter right now. I'm gonna try to keep him off guard and see what his true thoughts are. So the topic is in the bottom. If the Warriors signed Kobe back in 2016, right, to the Warriors, whose team would it be? Kobe or Curry's?
Oh,
Gotta think about that one.
definitely it'll be Kobe's team.
Okay, all right. Tell
The
me
reason
why.
why, because I mean, like I've known since like that Kobe's his mentality is exactly like Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Come ride with me. It's
Mhm.
it's do or die. Because here's the thing with Steph Curry, I feel like he's a star, but he's not the captain. He's not the guy that drives the team to go like, hey, following me, guys.
Mhm.
To me, Steph Curry is like the big brother, the cool big brother that everyone just wants to hang out with.
Okay.
But with Kobe and like Jordan, they're the guys that, like, you know what? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If
Drill
he says
instructor.
jump, how high? That's the kind of guy he is.
Right.
He takes charge. He's not like he doesn't want to be your BFF. He
And
wants to win.
I'm just saying, man, because it made me think about it. Because my wife brought it up last night when we were talking, and this topic came up, and we were debating about it. I was like, "Nah, it's gonna be Curry's team." She was like, "No, it's gonna be Kobe's," and it made me realize, like, you know what? She's right. Everyone, my wife is right. So I got to admit that, got the brownie points.
Say that out
But
loud.
I'm just saying, I'm saying though, like, she's right because Kobe will hold all of them accountable. Now let's just picture this. I know it never will happen, but just go along with this. 2016, free agent, Kobe Bryant signs with the Golden State Warriors way before KD ever came. So KD would have never have happened, right? We just came off a championship, our first championship season, 2014-2015, right? So Kobe comes on. Now, I would really believe if that was the case, Draymond wouldn't be Draymond. He would be on a whole nother level. He would be more disciplined. He wouldn't be getting like technical fouls, acting the way he does. He would have been more of like, dude, you know what? I'm focused. He would have been more on line with Kobe's vision. Like, hey, man, I truly believe that. Hold on, I'm not done.
Okay.
Hold on,
No,
you can
go
shut it
ahead.
up.
I'll just let you go.
And I feel that on top of that, Curry is Curry. He's generational. He will always be great. He's always going to be the greatest shooter of all time in my book, right? And whether Kobe, KD went to the team, it doesn't matter because at this very moment where we're at right now in 2024, Curry would have been in the same spot with help or without. That's how dope he is. But if Kobe came on with the Warriors, Klay Thompson would not be in his head all the time. And I don't know if you ever noticed that, Hunter, but a lot of fans realize like Klay Thompson is an emotional player, and that's all good, but he kind of beats himself up too much. And with the leadership of Kobe, I don't think we will even see that. I think he will be more of a gym rat, if not more than what he already is. But he will be like, you know what? I'm gonna get back in it. I'm gonna be laser focused. That's different. And you're right. Like, I don't think Curry would be the one that would be leading the way. It will be Kobe. It will be Kobe's team.
Well, the thing with Klay Thompson, I agree with that right now, but I think it all started when he had that big Achilles injury. And coming off of that, I think that started all the doubt because that's when everyone needed him to carry the team since KD left, right? And I guess he put that pressure on himself, like, hey, I gotta be the old me. I gotta be the guy that can elevate Steph to the next level, or vice versa. He can elevate me, and he put that extra pressure, and it probably psyched him out. Now going back to the Draymond Green, I kind of disagree with that one because here's the thing.
Okay.
Draymond barely listens to anybody. He doesn't even listen to Steve Kerr, and that's the coach, right?
True.
He barely listens to Steph Curry, right? He only listens to Steph Curry when Steph starts to blow up and says, you know what, I've had enough of this shit, right? That's when Draymond starts to slow down. For me, Kobe and Draymond will clash heads to the point that...
So?
Yeah, I think so. I know so. Like, I think that... Look, here's a good example. KD clashed heads with Draymond. That's one of the big quote the reasons why he left, which is not. I don't think so, right?
Okay.
And to me, KD is not as aggressive. I would say,
Yeah,
like Kobe.
I
So
agree.
if they didn't get that along, how do you think KD's kind of quiet, right?
Right.
Now imagine a guy that's vocal and loud, like Kobe. Do you really think Draymond will take that? Because Draymond acts like he's the alpha, and no alpha
Always. Yeah.
bows to another alpha. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I say it wouldn't matter. I have a feeling if Kobe did go, Draymond would have been gone.
I
But
don't
at the
know,
same
man.
time, no. But at the same time, even Draymond gone with Kobe, you're not gonna miss him,
Right.
right? But right now, there's no one else, especially because Klay Thompson's fighting Klay Thompson.
Mm.
So if he didn't have that issue, those three would gel again like before they even had KD.
True.
So that's why, like I said, that's the only reason why I don't think Kobe and Draymond would get along, because they're two alphas that will clash.
Okay. I'll end it on this note.
Mm-hmm.
I see your point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I raised you a little bit because in terms of poker, because I feel that Draymond, even though they're both alphas, Kobe and Draymond, I believe that Draymond would and most likely does respect Kobe for his accolades as a player, being in the trenches. It's different with a head coach. It's different with like Curry, because Curry's not that guy that's going to get in your face and hold you accountable for stuff. Maybe it's going to be like a boiling point, like you stated, like, okay, it's going to get to this point. Now I'm going to say something. That's Curry. Kobe off the bat is like, no, man, you're 5 minutes late to practice. Run a lap. It's 5 a.m. Why are you here at 6? You know what I mean? He will be like holding these guys' asses to the fire, which will breed a championship team. So,
but I mean, like I said, right now it's like, to me, it's too many variables. But at the same time, definitely Kobe could have elevated the Warriors to another level, right? Probably a level that not even KD could have done. Like it would have helped.
Right.
So. And too bad, unfortunately, there's no one in the NBA right now that I can see that can do that, because that could like elevate the Warriors, except for maybe one person but I doubt that this will ever happen. But I would love to see Jason Tatum with the Warriors.
That won't happen, but that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I know, because I mean, Jason Tatum is a young guy. Even Kobe said like he is a young me.
Okay.
He actually gave him that praise, right? But the thing with the Warriors right now, they lack a good team leader, right? Because their only team leader is, like I said, unfortunately, Draymond, right? Mm-hmm. Don't make the mistake that when I say that goes, what about Curry? See, the thing is, Curry's the star, but he's a big brother, right? Mm-hmm. There's stars and there's like leaders, like LeBron is a leader, Giannis is a leader. What's this called? Who else? I could say Jokic is a leader, right? And that's why KD can't succeed, because every team that he's been on, right, other than the Warriors, they had no real leader. They had talent, but not a leader.
Okay, all right. Hey, this is a good debate, and everyone that's going to be viewing this, definitely appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Again, I could be wrong. Hunter could be wrong. What's your thoughts in the GM? Rank them 1 through 4. All the teams: Giants, Warriors, Sharks, 49ers. And then the next one, leave a comment about like KD or LeBron. Who would you want to see for the Warriors next year? Who would you want Dunleavy to go after? And then last, let us know what you think about Kobe. Whose team would it be? Would it be Curry's or would it be Kobe Bryant? So with that said, we appreciate you guys tuning in. This will conclude episode number 5, and we appreciate it. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Hunter?
Well, I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode, and like and subscribe. And if you have any feedback or anything that you want us to cover, feel free to leave in the comments, and we'll get back to it.
All right. You guys have a good one. We're out. Peace.